And let's introduce our expert now to discuss India's growing travel and tourism sector. Prateek Hira is the chair of the FICCI Tourism Committee and well involved with this industry. Mr. Hira, you know, India is price competitive, as that report suggests, across several sectors. And we have some of the best heritage sites in the world, 42 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. We have rich cultural diversity. So, I mean, do you see this sector driving growth on the Indian economy when it becomes, you know, the third largest economy in the world?
By all means, I think the vision of the government of seeing the country as one of the leading economies, at least among the top three economies for now, I think tourism cannot just be ignored because it is not only giving it has the highest multiplier effect. It is also a great job generator. I mean, world over, if you see, we are seeing that 15.5, it will be a 15.5 trillion US dollar industry in the next 10 years. And world over, there are about 12%. It is going to provide employment to about 12%. At the moment, if you see that among all the in all the skill sets, which is the highly skilled to the unskilled workers, all the skill sets, it is still contributing to around about 9 to 10% in terms of employment generation. So tourism by no government can ever be ignored when a government is seeing economy rising.
But what do you think needs to be done to try and encourage more employment in the sector? Because you did say that, I mean, it is a large employment generator, and it is actually a people's-driven sector, because you require more and more people in this to give out these services so that more people can come to our country and understand it and enjoy it.
So, Mark, if you see the report that has come out of the World Economic Forum, it is not only based on tourist arrivals. So I wouldn't say that it is a very encouraging number that we have of the foreign tourist arrival. We are still kind of in an area which is very low in terms of tourism arrival, about 10 million tourists, not even that. We haven't touched the 2019 figures of the foreign tourist arrival, basically. But this report has to be seen in a more, it's a broader report. So the report also analyzes the infrastructure development, which everybody would realize has been huge in terms of air connectivity, in terms of airports, in terms of railways. It has been tremendous, the network of roads that India now has. If we see the last figures of this report, where India was ranked about 54, if I'm right, and it was 2021. So from 54, we have come to this position.
39, yes.
And it is not only based on the tourist arrivals, but it is also based on the employability of the people. It is also based on the qualifications of the workforce in tourism. It is based on the quality of tourists that a country is getting. It is also, you would be surprised, it is also taking note of sustainability aspects. So in terms of all these aspects, if you see, there is a growth, there has been a tremendous growth from 2021 till today, 2024, when we are standing at the 39th position. But of course, I would agree, everybody would agree rather from the industry, that there's a long way ahead and there's a long way to go still.
What do you think should be harnessed? Religious tourism, after all, India is home to Hinduism, Sikhism, Jainism. Buddhism has spread from India to the rest of the world. To what extent can religious history, help economic development as well of the regions that are involved with what I've spoken?
Yeah, I think, Mark, when you talk about religious, I would rather refer it to as spiritual rather than just talking about religious tourism, because it unbrackets the market. So it is not only of a particular faith, a person traveling of a particular faith who would like to do, but religious or spiritual tourism, whatever you may call it, has been a great influencer or a great attraction world over. If you see the figures of Mecca, which is getting about 30 to 40 million tourists, or if you see Vatican, which is in the area of about 7 to 9 million tourists, and comparing that figure with India, you can imagine that just let us take an example of a small event. I'm calling it a small, it is not at all small, but an event which takes place for 1 month, which is called the Kumbh or the Mahakumbh. So in Kumbh, in 2019, we had a figure of 250 million visitors. And we are expecting in 2025, we are having a Mahakumbh starting January, which will continue for about just a period of 1 month. And we are expecting 400 million travelers or 400 million visitors in just one city in just a span of 1 month. So it is a great game changer. And Kumbh, mind you, it has been a source of revenue. It has been a source of employment, not only in the modern times, but in the times of Mughals, in the times of British later on, and the governments today. So it is seen that way. So one needs to see tourism as an economic activity, one, and also tourism needs to be seen very importantly as a soft power of our nation, which will change the perceptions, which will change the mindset of the political bosses, of the bureaucrats when they are making policies for tourism.
Okay, we leave it there. Thank you very much, Mr. Prateek Hira. Thank you for helping us understand how important tourism can be and is already in our country.